Wow, that light's bright when it's cool. Interesting article from CoStar. If you don't know, one of the largest providers of information and analytics for the multifamily commercial real estate market. Uh, Someone I look up to and respect. They put out a lot of great information. Trucker, good morning. CoStar just released a article note, I'm not sure what they would call it, that basically says banks are starting to turn down multifamily apartments, especially in California and New York. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, it's no secret that I believe the bigger is better, the multifamily, the market, much like flipping did in '06, and it did not end well for people who got in the game late. So I'm trying to save some folks, new syndications. A lot of these kind of rosy assumptions are, good morning, logical thinker, good morning. A lot of these people looking at prospectus or the magic Excel spreadsheet, they're going to get hurt, and I'm trying to help folks. So it's nice to see that CoStar, right, who has no skin in the game, just an information provider, is saying, hey, look, banks are starting to say no to multifamily investments, especially in California and New York. So specifically, what they cited was rent control. A lot of the new rent control in California and New York has frankly made it more expensive to take on value add multifamilies, which is a lot of the stuff being financed, right? It's run down, it's B class. Top of the morning to you. Good morning. So a lot of people have taken on these kind of value add properties. And now because of rent control, the expenses, the time delay, all of those things they take longer, and banks have to decide if they want to get in. In addition to this, what they're saying, they're actually turning down loans now. So a lot of folks who are taking on multifamily, and a lot like the flippers did in '06, I tell you, it's the same thing. They had assumptions that lending would be there on the exit, right? They would buy it, they'd get in short-term high financing or whatever. It's just expensive and short-term. You would do what you do, and then you would expect to be. Banks are saying no thanks. They realize the risk that people are putting on these assets, and they're just saying no. So they're charging more, right? They're raising rates even in an environment where the Fed lowers rates. They're saying no to deals in California and New York because they don't make sense. They don't pencil. There's too many crazy assumptions. They acknowledge that we're very late in the cycle and they don't want to get caught on the wrong side. That should wake you up, right? Rates have been going down. Believe in. Wow. That means y'all overpaying, right? If the banks aren't going to lend because they're not penciling, that means y'all are overpaying. Another thing they said is banks are looking to reduce their dependence on New York and California. One bank president was highlighted that he would like his bank to reduce exposure by 40%. Sounds like they're not going to be doing any loans. So again, I've said it before, I've said it on many interviews, that lending is going to be the thing that pops the bubble, because too many of you have started in the last 10 years and don't realize that when lenders start saying no, all your great plans to buy low, fix, refi blow up. And then you're caught in a short term, you become a forced seller. Maybe you get lucky and get extended pretend on loans, but it's not going to work for everyone. So realize that when banks start saying no, and they've just started saying no, and they've come out and clearly said that they're going to be reducing exposure to multifamily assets at least in 2 states, California and New York. It's time to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, are we kind of late in this cycle? Do I really want to? Yeah, I mean, there was a comment. I don't even know if you guys can see the comments. I can see them, but I don't know if you can see them. I don't know. But basically the comment was, are there alternative lending sources? Sure, there are, but those are very limited. A lot of the people getting into the multifamily game know they're out there, like sovereign wealth funds. Most of us don't have easy access or even know anybody who has easy access to that. So it's cute for lots of people to say, hey, if a bank says no, I'll go to a sovereign wealth fund. Maybe. right? Maybe, if you're in the top, I don't know, 5% of this multifamily game, absolutely. You've had relationships, you've gone to dinner, you've broken bread. You certainly have alternatives. 95% of us don't, right? It's kind of banks or nothing, especially for these big buildings, right? It's not like houses where you can go get private loans or borrow from your 401k or something, but we're late. I still see so many people just getting in. They're just getting in. They think bigger is better. They're going out and borrowing money from limited partners. They're starting brand new syndications, and man, this is late. Late, late. Do your numbers, run your metrics, learn your market. Ask yourself why local investors aren't buying. That's a big thing. A lot of folks, especially that I know in California, are going out of state, and you're being laughed at. That should not be a good feeling. You should ask yourself why local investors aren't buying these properties. Just ask. And they're going to tell you it's 10, 20, Lord. Our unemployment is 3.5%, and most of the freaking tenants we have live paycheck to paycheck. So if they're living paycheck to paycheck but they have a job, you're good. I lived in an environment where the economy was nasty. I had to be cash. It's okay to be Warren Buffett and have record cash levels and Sam Zell. Sure. Would you rather be out of the party early or do you want to leave the party late? I propose leaving the party early is a much better idea. Yes, I know I'm going to get some weird comments here and people are going to say I'm doom and gloom, which I'm absolutely not. I actually believe housing is a better investment today. Just do the math. So I've been buying houses, so I'm still adding units to my portfolio. But y'all buying apartments today? Worse yet, being a limited partner on somebody else's first syndication? You should plan to get zero return, and you should plan not to see that money for 10 years. If you're okay with that, by all means. But these preferred returns being quoted today on new multifamilies, I don't know. 75% will never see it, my opinion.